Letitia James told the bank, and this is fundamental in the deal, she told the bank it was her second home. She did this to obtain an advantage in interest rates. The interest rate for herself, meaning it's going to be owner occupied second home. You get a better rate. James then turned around and told the IRS it was her rental property with 0 personal use days. Now, this allowed her to get the maximum deduction. So if you're following this along, very straightforward, she basically says, yeah, this is going to be owner occupied, and then turned around and said, nope, I'm not occupying it at all. And I literally had 0 personal use days in order to get the most benefit on her federal income tax. But because Letitia James is a elected official, because she's a public figure, right? She has to file forms with the state of New York, financial disclosure forms. And in those financial disclosure forms, she called it an investment property. So now it's something else. It's a whole nother thing. James then told the insurance company it was owner occupied to lower the premiums. And the reality is that, who knows? She either was there or wasn't there. We don't even know at this point. But whether it was to the bank, to the IRS, to the state of New York, or to her insurance people, she gave different stories depending on where she could squeeze the most benefit. When I say that this is an open and shut mortgage fraud case, one of the things that prosecutors like in these cases is when there are decisions being made to break the law that are driven clearly by a financial to derive a financial benefit. This is how you prove systemic fraud. You tell each institution exactly what they want to hear. And yet the New York Times is ignoring all of this or glossing over it. And they're making her seem like this benevolent, great aunt who's just trying to get her great niece out of a bad living situation. James could have called it an investment property. She could have even called it a second home, saying she's living there with family. It would be probably a little bit of a stretch. But she can't then turn around and lie to the IRS, saying it's a rental property with 0 personal days. Or she can't lie to the bank and calling it a second home. Pay more for the mortgage or pay more in taxes. And you have to disclose things correctly on your insurance forms. Lying to the insurance company is a whole nother can of worms. At every turn, Letitia James did this the wrong way.